All right. You appreciate this bunch?
Yeah.
How about Zeke in the box? All right. I always say the most fun you can have on a Thursday, right here. All right. Is everybody good?
Yes.
All right. All right. Glad to have our brother with us tonight. From where? Up north somewhere, I forget. Sir?
Easton, Illinois.
Easton, Illinois. Wife diagnosed with cancer, what, several years ago now? Sent word. This whole group right here prayed for his wife. Healed of cancer. How many years now, cancer-free? 4 years. Yep. I like that. I like that. Cancer's a devil. Might as well spit in his eye. He's fluffed up a bunch of big old fear, thinking he's got some momentum, but I got news for him. Lying rascal. Is everybody good?
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do? I got some stuff if you want it. I want to read you a couple here, and then we'll just see, all right? Because it's fun, you know. It's fun being a son of God. I mean, just living life, and it's like it's exciting, and you get the excitement and the privilege and the honor, just like going after Him and getting all this knowledge and understanding and perspective changing all the time, just growing in and knowing Him and just watching His goodness changing. You just continue to change yourself, and it's like all this understanding comes, and it's just, man, it's just fun, ain't it? You know, it's religion's idea for you just to sing a couple songs and go home dumb. I played that. I played that for a long time. You just don't know nothing. And you know the devil don't want you to know nothing. I found a verse in this Bible said, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. So all the knots on my head that I got down through the years might not have been because it was the will of God, might because I went home dumb and didn't have no knowledge. So now I'm thinking I'm on this, I'm like an addict now. I can't get enough. I want all I can get. I mean, it's fun. I just think we've not even come close to exhausting the knowledge of God. There's so much more. We've barely scratched the surface. In fact, I make most of you squirm a little when I say things like, do you know that it's destiny for us to operate in the same way that Jesus operated in? Right? Some people squirm when they hear me say that, but I'm going to make you squirm even more. Do you know that it was Jesus' idea that we even surpassed Him? I got some more stuff, I'm telling you. All right, let's see. Let's just read it. Oh gosh, because I'm just living in this, and it's fun, and I get more perspective every day. Even things that I've already known and lived in, you just get more understanding of it, and you just get clearer thinking, and it's just. So I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just going to read you some of this right here. This is Luke 17. Luke 17, listen to this, because we've been redeemed and we've been put back in the place that we were originally intended to be. We're not just sinners saved by grace attending church. We were lost. We've been found.
That's right.
And we've been reinstated, redeemed, put back as our place, in our place. Now what does that look like? It doesn't say much about it in Genesis about Adam before the fall and how he operated. So we have to go on and look at the second Adam, the last Adam, Jesus, and see how he operated. Now we have a clue and a layout of what it is that we have access to. You with me? Mm-hmm. We now have access. A son of God with no sin on his record, filled with the Spirit of God, knowledge of the Word of God, relationship with the Father God, is exactly what we are. You know, I'm not making less of Jesus. The point of Jesus coming was to make more of us. Because the more we're made more, the more He's made more. I don't know if that made sense or not, but you got me, right? All right. So I'm just saying it's a blast to me to learn how to operate the way He intends us to operate, and to find out all these tools and all this stuff and all these ways that He has available for us that we've not known anything about. You know, it's like life with God. It's fun. If what you got really ain't good, and it's a misery and it's dreary and it's oh woe is me, oh being a Christian's hard, brother. Well, I got news for you. You just got some kind of religion or something. It ain't hard. Life can be hard. I'm not saying that. But life without God is hard. I don't. That song messes me up too, Jeff. My whole life He's been faithful. Before I ever knew it. Before I was ever even interested in what He had to say, He was still being faithful. Man, I'm telling you. Yeah. Still faithful, wasn't He? He said, they'll come around. What am I doing? Luke 17, listen to this, because I say, relationship with God. I found this out, all right? Let me say this right quick, and then I'll go. I promise. Religion tries to sneak in. Religion tries to sneak in. So now they'll say, because there's guys like me that get criticized by religious dudes, right? And so now religious dudes are kind of catching on, and they're seeing that New Covenant grace teaching and all that's kind of gaining momentum, and so they're trying to slide in on the coattail of it just a little bit, and they'll make statements like, see, they're just disguising though. They're not really in there. They're just disguising, and so they'll say things like, well, it's not about religion, it's about relationship. Right? You've heard that. I've probably even said that. And it's not a wrong statement, is what I'm saying. But they're saying that and then just leaving it as that, as okay, yeah, it is about a relationship. It's not about religion, but what kind of relationship? You got a relationship with your boss at work and you hate each other's guts, right? What kind of relationship are we talking about here? That's just a blanket thing out there that's trying to... Yeah, it is about a relationship, but what kind? It's about a father-son partnership relationship, rooted and grounded in love, and this thing is just, man, it's just so good. So learning how to grow up and be a son of God. Growing up and learning how to be a son of my Father. Are you hearing me? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to crank it up a little. This just got a little bit more understanding in me this week, is even something that I already knew. It just became clearer somehow. I don't know, and if He has any mercy at all, and I'm sure He does, He'll help you get clearer with it tonight too, and it won't just be me rambling. Luke 17, I'll start in 5. The apostles said to the Lord, increase our faith. Increase our faith. That's a good prayer. I'd say that's all right. I like that. I say that every day. Increase our faith. And the Lord said, if you had faith like a mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and be planted in the sea, and it would obey you. Which of you, and he's talking about faith, right? Which of you, having a slave plowing or tending sheep, will say to him when he has come in from the field, come immediately and sit down to eat? But will he not say to him, prepare something for me to eat, and properly clothe yourself, and serve me while I eat and drink, and afterwards you may eat and drink, right? Let me put that in layman's terms. Jesus saying, which of you having, I'm going to say, employee, because we get lost in some of this lingo of the times and the Bible and all this stuff. Say, which of you having an employee, while he's working for you, do you tell him to sit down and you wait on him? Or even when he's done the amount of work that he's supposed to do, that he comes in, you continue to give him more work to do? Right? You with me? Talking about faith, right? Okay, let's read Matthew Matthew 8. I got so many bookmarks that they're not, I got too many now, they're all marked, and so they're not serving any purpose at all. I got as many bookmarks as I do pages. Matthew 8. All right, Matthew 8:5. And when Jesus entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, imploring him and saying, Lord, my servant is lying paralyzed at home, fearfully tormented. Jesus said to him, I will come and heal him. But the centurion said, Lord, I am not worthy for you to come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I also am a man under authority, with soldiers under me, and I say to this one, go. I say to this one, go. And he goes. And to another, come, and he comes. And to my slave, do this, and he does it. Now when Jesus heard this, he marveled and said to those who were following, truly I say to you, I have not found such great faith with anyone in Israel. I'm going to try to tie these two together, all right? Roman centurion. Here's the line I want to draw on, all right? I say to one to go, and he goes. I say to another, come, and he comes. All right? Then he said, and if I say to my servant, which of you having a servant, when he comes in from the field, do you sit him down, or do you tell him to go do more? Jesus said, this guy understanding, telling one to go, and it goes, and another one to come, and it comes. Jesus called this great faith. I've not seen this much faith in the people of God. I've not seen this kind of faith in the people of God. Well, you've heard me. I even talked about this same thing Sunday, this same guy here about, we've understood that, you've heard me preach it all along. I'm not going to preach it tonight, but the Roman centurion was a Gentile. He's a Gentile. He wasn't a Jew. So that means he was not in covenant with God. He was not a religious man. He was not a religious man. He was not under the law. So not being under the law is the place where great faith is born. Not being under the law is the place that great faith is born.
Yes.
Not being religious-minded is where great faith is born. Hey, he's talking about all of Israel. He said there's Pharisees, there's Sadducees, there's priests, there's Saul, there's all these dudes that are as high up in their religious sect as they can get. They are cream of the crop as far as religion goes, right? He said, I've not seen great faith like this in all of Israel. The guy's not under the law, and he does not have a religious mindset. Fact is, he has a governmental mindset. He has more of a political mindset than a religious mindset. And now we find our dilemma of what we're going through to try to get rid of this religious mindset and understand. I've heard Miles Monroe say, you guys think this is a religious book. It's not at all. It's a political book. It's about a king and a kingdom. And his sons. And how they're going to take over. Alright? Alright, so getting this kind of a mindset, a son mindset of knowing who we are. It's like going from, alright, here's where it got clear for me. And just in everyday life, everyday understanding life. We went from religious. When we're religious, we read that passage and we say, well, we're the servant. We got to flip our mindset. We're not the servants. We're the sons. So when we read these Gospels, and we're seeing all that the disciples are going through, and then there's Jesus going through, we tend to identify more with the disciples. The disciples are in the same shoes that we're in, or even worse, because they weren't yet even filled with the Spirit of God. They weren't born again yet. I'm saying instead of identifying ourselves with the disciples, maybe we should be identifying ourselves with the Son. How'd he operate? He wasn't religious. He had a different mindset. He had a mindset of me and the Father partnering this thing, and we're instituting this kingdom, and we're bringing the boys back, and we're... Right? So I'm saying this centurion said, I say to one, go, and he goes. And I say to another, come, and he comes. So I'm saying everyday life, thinking this way now. We're no longer employees. We're now management. I'm trying to flip our... We're no longer servants in this kingdom. We're no longer employees of the kingdom. We're in management. We're in management. This is what the centurion understood. I'm in a head position in this deal, and when I tell people to jump, they jump. When I tell people to do something, they do it. When I say to this one, go, he goes. When I say to this one, come, he comes. He has authority. Jesus said, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed. I'm all the time redefining and understanding more about what faith is. I'm coming to the point where it's almost like just a mindset. The faith. It's like a way of life. It's just the way you believe mixed with the way you think. It's just like, I don't have a word for that. It's just, you feel me? Faith. If you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you would say to the mulberry tree to be plucked up, cast into the sea, and it would obey you. Come on, I wish we really... Have you really thought about that? I mean, I'm not like with you guys every day in your personal lives and all that stuff, but I haven't noticed any of you out in the yard talking to trees. Yeah? We blessed Richard's tree the other day, didn't we? Yeah. I'm just saying, we got to get this mindset of we're now in management, and we have authority, and we're a boss in this thing. No, we're not an employee, we're not a servant, we're not tail end of it, just victims and all this stuff. We have say-so.
Yes.
We have say-so. And so this is one line, this is what hit me this week was, I say to one, come, and he comes. I say to another, go, and he goes. Right? I'm a son in this deal. So I'm saying it's not because you put 3 D's after God's name when you say God, and you pray in King James Version English and all this kind of stuff. That doesn't move anything. That just proves that you don't know probably. Or I'm saying what you believe and what you know and how you think about it and understanding your position to now the Father's entrusted us with authority and that He's given us the keys to the kingdom. He's given us the keys to the kingdom. Now I can say, peace, come. I had all kinds of things I wanted to say could come tonight, but I couldn't get off peace, so somebody must need peace. I have authority and the right and the position and the management. I mean, you want me to pull out my... I'm in management. If I tell peace to come, it comes. Now I'm not saying it's in a arrogant way or a mean way or a religious way or any of that way. It's not any way. I just said, just like I'm talking to my employee. Hey, brother, when you get done with that, go do that. Peace, come. Health, come. I got access to all of heaven. What else is there we need? You need strength? Come on. I'm learning to talk like this. I'm not begging God any longer. I spend my time in prayer now. My prayer life is way different than it ever used to be. Healing, come. Strength, come. Understanding, wisdom, come. I'm getting there. I ain't on go yet. I'm still on come. Revelation, come. Truth, come. Peace, come on in here. When I say come, He comes. Now listen, I ain't bossing God. He's given me access to the resources. I'm not being rude about it. I'm not being bossy about it. I don't have to be loud and get my prayer voice. I'm a son. And when I tell healing to come, it comes. I got access. You got access. And we've spent our time thinking we're victims and thinking we're servants and thinking we're just employees and we're at the boss's mercy, when it's time for us to flip that thing and know that we've been placed in a management position and we have say and we have access to the resources, and it's time for us to start giving them orders. Now, I say to one come and he comes. I say to one go and he goes. Sickness, get out. Huh? Turmoil, strife, all this stuff, born in hell, that's not in the heart of God for my life, you've got to go. And when I say go, He goes. Stress, go. Liar, lies, operated in my life long enough. Hit the road, Jack. Fear, go. Yeah. Whoever says to the tree to be plucked up, what's a tree? A mature seed. At one time it was a seed planted. Must have been a lie. Jesus had a vendetta against a mulberry tree. Is a sycamore tree, like sycamore, a fig tree. It's figs. All this family of fig tree. You know, Jesus he had a little bit of a crawl against fig tree, sycamore tree. I really believe that it's because the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I believe, just me personally, you don't have to agree with this. I'm not saying it's some fact, just my own idea. I believe the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was a fig tree. Their eyes were open when they ate it, and they covered themselves with leaves. I mean, it was like right there, so fig leaves. And it just seemed from then on, Jesus had a little bit of a vendetta against sycamore trees and fig trees. I mean, He cursed the fig tree. Nobody eat fruit from you ever again. You know, all this. I mean, it just seemed like a little bit of a personal thing with fig tree. Zacchaeus, get out of there. Zacchaeus, get out of that tree in a hurry, right? Like, don't even be touching sycamore trees. Born in a lie. Born of a lie. We grew up into a sycamore tree. And he said, if you have tiniest bit of faith, you will say to this lie that started out as a seed to be plucked up. Didn't Jesus say every seed that was planted in you that was not planted by my Father is getting plucked up?
That's right. Yes, he did. Amen. Yes, he did.
I'm just telling the liar to go. Seeds born in lies, go. Trees that have been born in seeds that have been operating in my life for you so many years that it's grown up into a great big old tree, you've operated long enough. Time to go.
Amen.
Woke him up. I'm just telling you, take your administrative position and start telling your employees what to do. Fair enough? All right, I'll read you one more. This gets even more, all right? This is even more. Hebrews, somebody look at it. You got a phone there. Hebrews 1:14. Somebody else look up Psalm 103:20, maybe 20:21. Hebrews 1:14. What's it say?
The role then do the angels have? What role then do the angels have? The angels are spirit messengers sent by God.